That man's an imposter. I am the first Pokemon. No, you're the imposter. You were born from an egg and I am the ancestor of all Pokemon. No, you're both wrong. I am the first Pokemon because I'm the first in the Pokedex. No, I am. And I predate you by 150 years. You two may be number 1, but I am literally number 0, which predates both of y'all. Guys, is this even an argument? I am the first Pokemon. You wish. I was confirmed to be made 20 years before you even existed. I am the first Pokemon. I don't know what to think right now. Which one of them was the first Pokemon? What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, we're gonna go over 50 Pokemon that were first to do something in Pokemon. But before we start, this video is sponsored by Gamer Bread, the world's first high-performance bread made for gaming. You can grip it with both hands, strengthen your fingers, and even improve your dexterity with this Gamer Bread. And when you're done, you can fuel up because this Gamer Bread is... Why are you laughing over there, Mini-Me? You said this was a real sponsor. Oh, I was just messing with you, man. This video is actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, no. Yeah, we're doing this. Are you tired of your fluffy, cartoonish looking games? Well, enter Raid Shadow Legends, the real, raw, dark, epic, and awesome of realism and fantasy. What do you think of that, Bigger Me? Dude, I really don't want to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, man. That's just like a big meme now. 3 words, embrace the meme. Check out my favorite champion, Gurgo the Augur. He's a legendary warrior from the Ogeron tribe and specializes in full-on offense. Okay. Not impressed? Well, if you log in right now, you can get your hands on the amazing Deliana, a brand new legendary champion from the High Elves faction. And just look at her. She's hot. Deliana is one of the strongest support champions in the game and can carry your team for several raids. Like raids as in like Raid Shadow Legends. Are you listening to me, Big Me? No. Good, you don't want to miss her, so be sure to use my link down below in the description or scan this QR code right here. You'll get a free starter pack worth nearly $40. That's 3 champions at once and all these brews just for you to use, and that's huge. Just click on this treasure chest right here to claim your loot. Are you trying to rhyme right now? No. And to new players, just enter promo code MyDelion to get your hands on everything. Even 50 XP brews get Delion to max level 50 with tons of silver. So download right now. And big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring Mini-Me and also this video. Yeah, and I guess shout out to Gamer Bread too, if that even exists. So yeah, with that said, let's get started with the video. Chloe's Eevee from Pokemon Journeys is the first Pokemon to be unable to evolve from an evolutionary stone. And this is probably a reference to the partner Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Beedrill was the first Pokemon to have a signature move, with the move being Twin Needle. Beauty and the Beast was the first banned anime episode ever, and this episode was banned due to a few reasons. For one, this is the episode where James had an inflatable bodysuit that gave him large breasts. And for 2, in the Japanese dub, there's an elderly man who stares at Missy's breasts and says that he's looking forward to having fun with her in a few years, which is kind of a yikes. Talonflame is the first Pokemon to have more than 5 katakana characters in its Japanese name. And if you didn't know, katakana are the Japanese symbols. Drowzee is said to be the first Pokemon to ever use a combination attack, with the moves being Hypnosis and Dream Eater. And this was stated by Ash's Pokedex. Just listen.
It was the first Pokemon to use a combination attack like Hypnosis and Dream Eater.
The first Pokemon trademark ever filed by Nintendo was not Pocket Monsters, but actually the name Mew. It was granted on March 31st, 1994, while Pocket Monster was granted on December 26th, 1997. Poliwhirl was Red's first Pokemon in the Adventures manga, and the backstory is pretty sweet. As a child, Red was saved by Poly while drowning in a pond, and in order to save Red, Poly forced himself to evolve from Poliwag to Poliwhirl, and after that, they became partners. Mankey was the first wild Pokemon to ever appear, being showcased in the one and only Japanese commercial for Pokemon Red and Green, and I'm gonna assume that this is the level 14 Mankey from Route 5. Tropius was the first event Pokemon to be released in a Cherish Ball, and in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, there's a reference to this with Ace Trainer Diana. She throws out a Tropius with a Cherish Ball, and incidentally, this makes Ace Trainer Diana the first trainer to ever use a Cherish Ball in battle, which is pretty cool. The first ever Pokemon Booster Pack was the Pokemon Demo Game Pack, which came with 24 basic Shadowless Pokemon cards and an instruction manual, and I had no idea this was a thing until just yesterday. The Pokemon Journeys episode, Time After Time, is the first and only main series episode where Ash and Pikachu are completely absent, which is pretty crazy given that this is the 1117th episode in the anime, 23 years after the debut of Ash and Pikachu. Ho-Oh's first appearance was not in the first episode of the anime. It was actually first shown on Game Freak's website in January of 1997 for New Year's. And if you notice, Ho-Oh's position looks very similar to the title screen of the Pokemon Gold and Silver demo from Space World 97. The first ever method of replacing an HM move was in Pokemon Stadium 2, where after defeating the Elite Four, the player was given the option to relearn a move that the Pokemon had previously known. Other than that, there was no other way to replace an HM move in Generation 1. Pound is the first move that was added to the Pokemon games, with its index number being number 1. And fun fact, the move Karate Chop, which is the index number 2, was the first move to have its typing changed. It went from being a normal attack to fighting. This is what Pokemon.com first looked like back in 1998. I couldn't get the other pictures to load, but you get the idea. We all know Rhydon was the first Pokemon to ever be created, but what if I told you there's a Pokemon that predates it by around 20 years? Well, if you go to Hiya City and show Morimoto a Diglett with the Game Boy Origin mark, he will say, "You know Diglett, right? It's actually basically just a character that I made up when I was a little kid. I even drew up a flipbook featuring it then." So technically, Diglett could be considered the first Pokemon. But of course, the argument is that it wasn't defined as a Pokemon then. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Was it the first Pokemon or nah? Go from the anime was the first to catch a giant Pokemon, catch a fossil Pokemon, catch a legendary Pokemon, and catch a pure Dark-type Pokemon. And that last one is kind of surprising. Charizard is the first Pokemon to ever appear in the anime, since the Japanese opening is different than the English one. As of right now, Rowlet takes the crown as the first Pokemon to appear in a Pokedex, since Legends Arceus takes place before Red and Blue. Aegislash is the first and only Pokemon to have his stats lowered. From Pokemon Sun and Moon to Sword and Shield, it lost 10 points in its highest stats in both Shield and attacking forms. So I guess Aegislash was a pretty powerful Pokemon in the eyes of Game Freak. Helping Hand will always be the first move in any Pokemon battle, since it has the highest priority of a whopping +5. Groudon and Kyogre are the first Box-Art Pokemon to not be available in their game, with the game being Pokemon Coliseum. Marilyn was the first Pokemon YouTuber, with his channel dating back to September 12, 2006, which was not even a year after YouTube started. How does it feel to be the first, Marilyn?
First, I'm first. No one else even stood a chance, except maybe this one Wurmple video that I watched even before I started, but yeah.
Greninja came in first place for the 2020 Pokemon of the Year poll with a staggering 140,559 votes. And on top of that, it also won Japan's most popular Pokemon poll with 36,235 votes. The ability with the first index number is Stench. I'm not sure why, but it is, which is pretty funny. The first Pokemon card that had no practical use in the TCG format, also known as an orphan card, was the Black Star Venusaur card. During that time, there were no Bulbasaurs or Ivysaurs in rotation, so there were no practical way to summon Venusaur. The only true way that one could use this Venusaur was by using Brox's Ninetales' Pokemon power, which allowed the user to attach an evolution card to the Ninetales. Seedot is the first Pokemon to appear in the wild with an egg move, with the move being Leech Seed. And the way you would encounter one is by finding a mass outbreak in Pokemon Emerald, which is basically when a rare Pokemon becomes more available. Shane Seeker is the first official shiny hunter in the anime, and on top of that, he is the first trainer who is known to have more than one shiny Pokemon. Even look at his Rotom phone, it could be a shiny too. Double Edge is the first move to ever be shown in Pokemon, being used by Gengar in the Red and Blue opening. And this move was conferred by the announcer for Pokemon Origins. You can hear it right here.
Gengar used Double Edge!
Alakazam was the first Pokemon to appear on a Pokemon card, since back in those days the cards were ordered alphabetically by evolution stage, making Alakazam 1 out of 102 for the base set. Gyarados was probably your first shiny Pokemon, am I right? If not, let me know in the comments what your first shiny Pokemon actually was. Besides Gyarados, for me, my first shiny Pokemon was a stupid Lanoon. Regieleki will always be the first Pokemon to win a race, given that it's currently the fastest Pokemon, even outspeeding Speedform Deoxys with a 200 base speed stat. And fun fact, Regieleki is so fast that it can actually outspeed a slow Pokemon in Trick Room under the right conditions. And to put it simply, its speed stat can reach above 1809, which is the threshold for Trick Room. Diamond's Mamoswine from Pokemon Adventures is the first Pokemon introduced in any medium to have a hidden ability, with the ability being Thick Fat. Kazuyuki Tuji was the first ever VGC World Champion, with the first World Championships taking place back in 2009. And this is what his team looked like. Ho-Oh and Lugia were the first Pokemon to learn a move above level 90, with the move being Future Sight at level 99. Basculegion is the first Pokemon to have all 5 vowels in its name, with the vowels being A, U, E, I, and O. Ash's Tauros are the first Pokemon to be caught in a Pokeball variant, with the Pokeball being a Safari Ball. Though, despite the Tauros all being captured in green Safari Balls, they all are summoned from a regular Pokeball, so a little bit of a continuity error. Youngster Joey was the first to have a top percent Rattata, and also the first hidden NPC by all Pokemon fans. But don't worry, Youngster Joey, they're all just jelly of your awesome Rattata. The first Pokemon video to ever be uploaded on YouTube was Pokemon on the channel Danny Time, and it was released on August 12, 2005, just 5 months after YouTube first launched. And what's crazy is that the gameplay looks amazing for its era. I wouldn't be surprised if they used a Game Boy Player disc for the GameCube. Magnemite and Magneton are the first Pokemon to have their type change with progress of generations, and they were the only Pokemon for over a decade until the Fairy type was introduced in Generation 6. Scizor is the first glitch Pokemon that you can encounter in Red and Blue, and if you were curious, this is what its cry sounds like. Cool enough, you can actually transfer this Misty Note to Gold and Silver, and it'll transform into an actual Scizor. On March 27, 2011, Blaziken became the first ever starter Pokemon to be banned by Smogon. And during that time, the bans only consisted of legendary Pokemon, so it was a pretty big deal. And to put it simply, there was a Japanese exclusive event, Torchic, that was given out with its hidden ability Speed Boost. And during that time, a speed boosting Blaziken was completely broken and warped the entire meta. Lugia was the first Pokemon specifically made for a movie, being created by Takashi Shudo for the Pokemon 2000 movie. And interestingly enough, this makes Lugia the first and only Pokemon to be created by a non-Game Freak member, which is pretty cool. Regigigas is the first wild Pokemon that can be caught at level 1, which is pretty odd given that's a legendary Pokemon. The first gym leader to take challengers in double battles was not Lizente, but was actually Luana from the Orange Islands. And what's cool is that this was before double battles was even a feature in Pokemon, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is what inspired the whole idea. Suicune was the first Pokemon to ever have his own theme music, and this is what it sounded like. Zekrom is the first Pokemon to have fused with their trainer, and this was shown in Chapter 1 of the Rebirth manga, where Ryuga uses Burst Evolution to fuse with his Zekrom. Pokemon Stadium 2 was the first game to have mystery gifts. You were able to use it 5 times a day and receive a random item each time, with the rarest items being an HP up, PP up, a Pikachu bed, or a Pokemon doll. The first time an ability was shown in the anime was Color Change, which was used by Madison and Alexis Kecleon in the episode The Kecleon Caper. And finally, the first leaked fake Pokemon were the Pokegods. And these Fakemon range from evolutions of already existing Pokemon like Venusaur, who apparently evolved into Sapusaur, Charizard, who evolved into Charcoal, or even Nidoking, who evolved into Nidogod. And then you also had completely made up Pokemon like Doomsday, Tyraniticus, and Wizwar, which all had pretty awesome designs. And there you go, 50 Pokemon that were first. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, I'm pretty sick, so I'm gonna go rest now. But while I do that, y'all should check out this 100 Obscure Facts video. I think you'll enjoy it a ton. And also subscribe and ring that bell.